let's try and record this, and so that for the purpose of others to be able to benefit from it. Yes. So this is just a tutorial, like I put it on the platform. I was told you are doing Laspaye, Pache, Mache, and Fiche. And yes, some of you are crying on the platform that don't understand anything you are doing, man.
We are really
I don't even understand as
Okay, don't worry. Like you know my method. Try time. Yeah. Just try to write, or let me share my screen so that. Okay, as you can see from here, somebody sent me funny thing. He sent the question to me on probability as you help him. I was just laughing. I don't do that. It is better you read first. You can send me solution. Okay, I can look at your solution, not to send me your work to help you solve it. I don't do that. So if I don't see your own input, I can't add anything to it. So please, let's be one.
Very good, sir.
So in this case now, let me move faster. Let's just quickly go to the where you the last place you stopped the last time, where you are talking about the. I know we've discussed something like this. All this one we've discussed it before. I believe so. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
We've discussed those things.
Yes, sir.
If you don't understand, watch the video on YouTube. Just go to my YouTube page, lay your hands on it. Or everything in chapter 1 thereabout, all this calculation, we've done it. And I remember I took my time to explain how you solve it. But I'm happy you are seeing it now. But let's go to, unfortunately, your material did not help because some formulas are not there. So I can't blame the lecturer or the student, but we have to check. And, you know, anything can happen to the system too. So we need to check them too, okay? Oh, something is going on here. So I think something is going on here. Can you see my screen now?
No, sir, it's not clear, sir.
Not clear.
It's not clear.
Sorry.
No,
we are
seeing it.
The question is, are you seeing it? Not whether it's clear. We are seeing it.
Yes, sir.
We are seeing the screen, but not clear.
Okay. But the marker, okay, it's now stable now. So let's look at this. One of the things I would like to quickly discuss with us is this particular chapter. Please mute yourself.
Okay.
Just mute yourself. It will help us so that when you are listening to recording later, it will make more sense. Okay. You have your textbook with you. You don't bother to open that. Let's look at this index number. For index number, What is the formula for index number? You can put it, some can put it this way. Summation of, just write. Once you write, you'll be able to summation of P1 over summation of P0, everything multiplied by 100. Don't worry, I'm recording it, so I will still share with you. Don't worry. So, in this case now, sorry, some people are still not mute themselves, please. Please mute yourself. So we have this, where our P01 is the same thing as stand for, or let me just say equals to index number, then we have P summation of P1 is equals to sum of the price for the year that is you are given. That is, we call it sum of the price, or some of the prices for the given year or current year. They call it, is either current year or given year. So another one where you have P0, this is what we call is the sum of prices for the base year. So we now have two things you need to check. Which one is my given year? Which one is my base year? Based on the question will determine which one you use. Now let's look at this example. When you have a commodity, they now say price in base year 2011. The second one now said price, the prices in current year 2012. I hope you are following. Current year, given year. Then don't forget that we have our commodity A. On 2011, it was called 81. 2012, it was 85. Commodity B, the commodity of B, we have 128, we have 82. So here we have P0, here we have P1. So you have commodity C to be 127 and 95. Commodity D, we have 66, we have 73. So what is the formula he's saying? This is the formula for index number. It's just that sum the P1, sum the P0, divide them and multiply it by 100. That is your index. That is what they ask you to calculate. But in another way, since our question might be OBJ or multiple choice, they might put it this way. They can say, okay, what is the value of this? Then what is the value? Can someone calculate this one? Anybody in the house? Can you tell us, if you had this together, you have 402, right? Then if you add this one together, 335, right? So in this case now, we call this one total. So we have, that means we have summation of P0 to be 402. Then summation of P1 is same thing as 335. Then don't forget your index number. Go to your index number. Is that index number will be our P1, P01, or anything you call it, is equals to summation of P1 over summation of P0. Everything multiplied by 100. So what is the answer? You have P335 divided by 402. Everything multiplied by 100. If you solve it, what do you have?
120.
Which one is 120? Because 335 divided by 402, what do you have? Times 100. First of all, divide this one. What do you have?
0.83.
83. Thank you. Multiply by 100.
83.3
will be 83.3%. So that is what they ask you to calculate. That is index number. That's how you calculate your index number. But now let's look at in another way. Please mute yourself. Yes, Sheyi, or who is this person? What's the question?
Please, sir, is the base year always less than the current year?
Anyway, it depends on the question. Look at it now. It depends on the question. Remember, let's say you are a business analyst. Last year, you have good input in oil business. But this year, your sales is lower. So you can't say base year is higher, or probably last year, you make it, during the COVID, some business are not growing. They are not selling. But now that everywhere is open, you can see the sales will continue to rise gradually. So you can't say, the only thing you need now is read the question and know which year are they saying is the base year and which year is the current year or given year. It depends. So all you know is definitely base year will be year before or year after. That is, let's say base year is 2020. Our given year will now be probably 2022 or 2023. Yes, Kelechi?
Okay, I want to ask, is this just based on 2 years? Can it be up to like 3 years or 4 years? Is it just 2 years? Yes,
it can be more than that.
Okay, so now what do we call the names? Because this one is base, this one is current. If it is like up
what happened at that point, for example, now, I can do it this way. If I want to set the question, I can call 2013. I can say 90, 70, 80, 100. I'm just giving an example. Yes. Let me pick another pen. So this particular one, you have no business with it. Except if the examiner asks you, I can give you 4 tables like this and ask you, using look at this question very well. Like I said, using 2012 as base year and 2013 as given year. So the rest of the year that I did not mention, you have no business with it.
Okay.
You only focus on those 2 years because we are dealing with what? Index number.
Okay.
Those 2 years the lecturer or the examiner mentioned will be your target. You have no business with others. If I said, using this one as base year, this is my base, and this is my current or given. So 2011, we have no business with it. So you just find the sum of this and use it to calculate whatever they ask you to calculate.
Okay. Thank you,
Is
sir.
it clear now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So now we move on. You can look at the textbook. There are questions you can also solve on your own on your textbook. Let me just look for all these definitions. Please go and know them. Go and know them. They are very key. Look at this. Look at it. It was probably typographical error, or I don't know what happened here. This is index number we just finished now. Look at what they call it current here with respect to. Look at it. This is what I just explained now. So go and know the limitation, know the advantage and disadvantage. Look at this. This is the question I just solved for you now. They already put it there. So this is the base. They want you to take this one base. They want you to take this one as given here. Based on this method quality, whatever. So they call it simple aggregate method. You can use it. So now, all these big names, how do we come across them? You don't need to be afraid. They are just simple. It's just addition and subtraction. That's all. Addition and subtraction. The highest thing you do on this method, you are just to divide and multiply by 100. That's all. So I will give us the formulas, then we will solve the problems together before we call it a day or before we call it a night. So it's just so simple.
Okay, sir.
So let's look at it. Let's look at the formula first, because once you have the formula to solve the problem, yes, wisdom. You raise up your hand.
Yes. Good evening, sir. Once again,
You are welcome, sir.
according to the question the other guy asked just now, and when you throw more light to it, I just want to add to the question also. If, for instance, it's more than 3 or 4 tables, is it possible for the examiner to say, using the 2012, 2013 as base year, then 2014, 2015, and current year? Is it possible to double state it that way?
Okay, let me explain this. Do you really know the meaning of what we are doing? The meaning of that
Yes.
simple aggregate. So that is why I want you guys to take your time first to read about this. Read about this introduction. Is that index number are indicator which reflects the relative changes in the level of a certain phenomenon. Remember, you want to check you are looking for indicator. You are checking what happened over a period of years. Are you following the point now? Don't look at mathematics behind it. Let's look at the reality first.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Now, if I want, look at it, look at any given period or over a specific period of time called the current period with respect to its value in some fixed period called base. You see, you already fixed that base year. that this is our base year. So we are all working towards, okay, let's say you start a business of export and import. Last year was your first year of importation or exportation. You have the record of that last year, yes or no? So we can take that year as our base year. So the subsequent years will not be the given year. You will not be comparing them. That, okay, let's look at this. Now said, with respect to the value in some fixed period called base period, selected for comparison. Look at it. We want to compare what happened. Then that's the phenomenon or variable under consideration may be price, volume of trade, factory production, agricultural production, import or export, shares, sales, national income, wages, and so on. So for you to be you are not at that point to be doing that. They will not ask you at the simple aggregate to be doing that for now. You might see some questions saying that I don't know, but the one I know is you have a correct year and you have a base year. So take note of that. Now let's look at the Formula 1. Based on this question, we have number one that we have Laspaye. Under Laspaye, Laspaye index. We call it simple index or Laspaye index, price index. Let me put price there. Laspaye price index. So we have different methods of solving them. So the Laspaye price index is P. For the price, we have quantity. But I will just give you the one of price. Or I can give you both because I don't know which one. I don't know whether this textbook mentioned about quantity. I don't know whether this mentioned quantity. I think they only mention price. So let's only price. Let's mention.
Yes, there is quantity index.
There's quantity, sir.
Do they ask you to calculate quantity?
We're just defining it.
If they did not mention that quantity, don't bother yourself. So I don't want you to look confused. Let's just focus on the price. Except if you want me to give you the two formula.
Since our cost material doesn't cover this, just let's maintain our
maintain this first. Yeah, summation of P1 Q naught divided by summation of P naught Q naught, everything multiplied by 100. That is for Laspaye. So Pache, we have two, let's call it Pache. Price index. If you solve it several times, you will understand it. Don't say it's too much. It's very simple formula. So all you did is just constant practice. P equals to, look at the difference, P1, Q1 divided by summation P naught Q1 multiplied by 100. So we have number 3, Fichet. Let me see the one they asked here. Sorry. Fichet price index. So we have Fichet So what is the formula you have in your class for Fichet?
No formula.
Fichet price index is just like okay, let me say this. Let me write this. For here, I will just call this one Laspaye price index. Then here I will call this one Fichet price index. It will help you. Then for Fichet price index, we have Fichet price index. I put P because we are dealing with price. It's the same thing as the square root of Laspaye price index multiplied by Fichet price index. Remember, you will have multiplied them by 100. But in another way, I can also write this one. I can say, or in another, I can say square root of the summation of P naught Q1 divided by summation of Q naught P naught multiplied by summation of P1 Q1 divided by summation of Q naught P1. It's the same thing anywhere you put them. So everything multiplied by 100. It is after you've solved this one, you multiply it by 100. So if you are a smart student, once you can succeed to calculate 1 and 2, just put 1 and 2 inside the square root and find your square root. And that's all. You already solved the Fichet. So the last one, which is Dobbish-Bowley price index. Dobbish-Bowley price index or quality index, it depends on what they ask you to calculate. It will be 1/2 is outside, divide summation of P naught Q1 divided by summation of P naught Q naught plus summation of P1 Q1 divided by summation of P1 Q naught. You can see it's still the same formula we are trying to, mingle together. Everything multiplied by 100. Meaning, after you resolve this one, you now multiply it by 100. So let's now solve the problem. So let's solve the problem. Yes, Kelechi?
Please, before solving the problem, you are writing P1 and the Q1.
Yes.
0 and 1. They are somehow not clear. We don't know which one is 1, which one is 0, and which one is Q, which one is P. And if you can clearly.
Until when you get to I will explain the meaning of each of the topic, each of the formula. For example, look at this one. When we're talking about Laspaye now, let me use another pen. So Laspaye now, what it simply means is, until when I give you a question, that's why you will appreciate it better. P means price. Q means quantity. Are you getting it? And everything is still based on base year and the given year. Are we together now? is still on base year and given year. So if they ask you to solve this one based on, okay, you have the form, you have the table, they now say this is the base year price and their quantity, this is given year and their quantity. So the base year will carry P naught and Q naught. The given year or current year will carry P1 and Q1. That is the difference. Any other question? Have I answered your question?
Sir, please repeat it.
Please, sir, come again, sir. Please, sir, come again, sir.
Okay, what I'm saying is, let me give you the table before you can get it. Number one, once you are given a table to solve the problem, the table you are given to solve that problem means in that table, there is both given year and the base year. So base year always carry our base year. They are P naught, Q naught. Why given year or current year? Let me use current. Current year. They are P1, Q1. Some textbook can call it anyone, anything. It depends. But on this case, we are going to arrive at the same answer once you use correct value. Let's go to the question first. Let's go to the question. Now, I have a commodity here. With the commodity that I have, let's look at this. Commodity is here. We have commodity. So I will need a long table to be able to explain this. So I have 2017. Under my 2017, and I have 2012, let's say 2002. Are you getting it? Or let me see what they have here. So if you look at this table too, I will explain this. Let's first of all solve our problem first. Then we are using this table. I think, yes, I'm using this table, example 2. So let's go ahead first. Let me put this one to be 2007 so that you'll be able to relate it when you are there. Let's call this one 2007. Under the 2007 is divided into 2. So I have price and I'll have quantity. For price is P naught. If you read the question, let's go to the question first so that you will understand what I'm saying. Unfortunately, they did not put, okay, yeah, it's here now. Look at this question, question 2. Is that for the following data, calculate price index for 2012 with 2007 as the base year. You get it now? That is, we are using 2007 here as our base year, but we are looking at this. We want to calculate this. Number 1, last Pache, Fichet, and and Boli. That is Dabish Boli, you have to use them. So it simply means that if I'm using this is my P naught. Are you following now? Kelechi?
Yes, I'm following, sir. I'm following.
This is Q naught. This is P1. And this is Q1. Any question? So this particular one will help you. You already know that you are using base year. The base year they are talking about here is for 2007. So I have quantity in 2007, I have price. So I have for gari, I have for rice, I have for fish, for palm oil. So you have the same commodity in 2012. So you now want to use the formula to check, to be able to advise the company you are working with. So let's look at this. Q naught. I'll call this one Q naught. So I can underline this. I have price. Here will also be divided into 2. I have price. The price here we have P naught, P1 now, and quantity Q1. So what is gari? We have gari here. Under gari, you have 20, and the quantity for gari is what? 8. The price for 2012, you have 40. The price, the quantity is 6. Then you have rice is 50.
50, 10.
You have 10, 60, 5. So the next thing is fish. You have 40, 15, and 50.
15.
15. Thank you. So
Palm oil.
Palm oil. I'll just call it PO. Palm oil. 20,
20.
20, 20, 25.
5.
Now, I have this. So I can now begin to solve the problem one after the other. So first thing you will do, if I were you, I will quickly go to my table, to my formula rather. I know the question says I should calculate last paye. What is the formula for last paye? I know I need pache. I know I need fiche, and I need Dobish Bowell. So now that I know that, in my formula, something is common. What is it? I will need P naught, Q naught as part of my table.
Q1.
So you need what? Again?
Q1.
P naught, Q1. Are you following now?
Yes.
Then I will need P1, Q naught.
Q naught.
And lastly, I will need what?
P1, Q1.
P1, Q1.
P1.
Once you know that you need all these things, please mute yourself if you have background stuff. So you have to be careful when you are multiplying. So now let's start one after the other. Let's solve P naught, Q naught for each of them. That is this multiplied by this, all true. I'll use different pen. So 20 times 8.
160.
Thank you. Then 50 times 100. 50 times 10.
500.
Yes. Then 40 times 15.
600.
Then 20 times 20.
400.
So now let's find you can find the summation of it. So if I want to find the summation, what do I get? Add it together. That's the summation.
160.
1660. 660. Good. So meaning that I have summation P naught, Q naught to be equals to 111660. So now we need to also use another color here. We need P naught. Let me just clean this. We need P naught multiplied by Q1. Or, okay, let's do it that way. P naught multiplied by Q1. So look at it. 20 times 6.
120.
120. 50 times 5.
250.
Then 40 times 15.
600.
Then the last one is 20 times 25.
500.
So when you add it together, what do you have?
1470.
1470. Thank you. So we have summation of P naught Q1 to be 1470. So we move on to P naught Q naught or thereabouts. Which one? Okay, we need to move to P naught Q1. That is this to this. So P naught Q1 is what? 8 times 40.
320.
320. Then 10 times 5.
1500.
600.
No, sorry, 10 times 60. Sorry,
600.
600. Thank you. Then 15 times 50.
750.
20
Then
times 20.
400, right?
20 times 20.
So what's the summation of this one?
2070.
Okay. So we have summation of P1 Q naught to be 2070. So now we need P1 Q1. They are here.
P1.
This together.
P1. 40
Yes.
times 40
times
times
6.
240.
240. Then
60 times 5.
60 times 5.
300.
Then
60
50
times
times
5.
5. That's 50.
300.
Right?
50
Then the
times
last one.
15.
750.
20 times 25.
500.
500. Okay.
20 times 25.
Oh yeah, let's add everything together. What do you have?
1040.
1790.
1790. So now that we have 1790, we just come here, put it here. summation P1 Q1. So it's equals to 1790. You don't have anything to do with the table again. If you get your analysis correctly, you have nothing to do with that table. So that is why in the exam, they can give you summation of this.
Use the formula.
They can give you this and this, and give you this. They ask you to calculate Pache, Laspaye, Pache, and Fichet. They can ask you to calculate it. So if you don't know how they got all this one, you might find it difficult. Now that you know the way you calculated it one after the other, you can apply the formula. So can somebody just give us the formula for the first one? Roman figure 1, Laspaye, LPI is equals to what? Let's write the formula again. Summation P1.
PQ,
Yeah.
PO, QO.
P naught, Q naught. There's nothing like PO, QO. It's P naught because you are starting from the naught, from the initial state base. So let's write it this way. So it's going to be, what is summation P naught? P1, Q1, Q naught.
That's 1,660.
2,000 what?
2070.
2007.
Divided by 1660. Everything multiplied by 100. What do you have? Anybody?
124.69.
124.69.
124.69.
I can say 0.70%. So that is
yeah,
how they got that thing you see on your table. Roman figure 2. They ask us to calculate Pache, PPI. I've already gave you before. The summation P1, Q1 divided by summation P naught Q1 multiplied by 100.
Q1.
So what is summation P naught P1 Q1? 1,000. It's something as 1,790 divided by P naught Q1. 1470. 1470. Everything multiplied by 100. What did you get? Anybody? What do we have here?
1.76.
121.76. Are you sure it's 21?
Yes,
or 121?
121.
121.76. 66 what?
Yes. 68.
So it simply means approximately 1.77%.
1.77%, yes.
Are you getting it now? So let's calculate the Roman figure 3. They asked us to calculate Fichet price index, which I told you square root of Laspaye price index multiplied by Fichet price index. You don't need to write those formula again. You already solved them. So all you need to do is substitute it here. What is the Laspaye price index that you calculated the other time? 124.
124.7.
124.70 multiplied by 121.77. So what is the answer? Multiply it and find the square root.
1359.79.
13 or 12?
1359.
I said multiply this and this divided by, find the square root rather.
123.22.
123.23 or 23.
23.
So you can see it's so simple when you take it simple and you just need the formula and the way to solve it. All the questions that are there in your book, go and solve them using the same method. Then the last one, which is number 4. Number 4 says we have Dobbish-Bowles price index. So Dobbish-Bowles price index, we have to write the formula again here because P naught Q1 over summation P naught Q naught plus summation P1 Q1 divided by summation P1 Q naught. Everything multiplied by 100. So here we have 1 over 2. What is summation P naught Q naught? P naught Q1. Anybody?
1470.
1470.
Okay, 1470 divided by
That's 1660.
1660 plus P1 Q1
1790
divided by P1 Q naught.
2070.
2070. Thank you. Multiply by 100. So what you do is resolve what is inside first. Let's resolve what is here. What do you have when you divide this one?
0.8855.
Are you sure it's 0 point? Okay. Calculator, come here. Can you see it? We have 17470 divided by 166. Yes.
0.89.
Yes. It's 0.89,
89.
right?
Yes.
Thank you for 2 of you. So this divided by this, what do you have?
0.86.
0.86
86.
what?
865. Approximate 865.
86.
Okay, add the 2 together, multiply by 0.5. Add these 2 together, multiply by 0.5. Because half is 0.5. Add this one together. What do you add? When you add, what do you get here?
1.75.
1 point what?
75.
75. Multiply by 0.5.
I'm lost. 1.315.
1.315 times 100. What do you have?
7.5.
Ah, madam, where do you see that?
131.25.
135.25. Anyway, 3 5.
Yes. 25.
25. Okay. Anyone you get, at least you have idea of what they asked you to solve.
Okay.
So please check the formula your lecturer gave you, compare everything together, make sure you are on the same point, and all these things are very simple. Like I told you, all you need to do is just to take your time, then go and solve other questions. Look at this. Yes, Nike, you raise up your hand.
Yes, sir. I lost. I didn't know how you get that 1.75, sir.
Now, but if you look at this, I'm not too sure of, okay, let's look at this. 1.1. So what you do is, let's check this formula. How many of us have the formula your lecturer gave you for Dobbish?
She didn't give us any formula.
Have you checked our page, the slide? What about the slide?
It just showed us on the video, sir. It didn't show us on the slides, sir.
Ah, okay. Oh. Let's continue.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hello.
You said?
Is what giving us 0.7.
Please hold on, just mute yourself. Let me try and answer someone before. So what I would advise is please confirm this formula, this particular formula that I'm giving, this particular one. Let's go ahead and confirm it. If you have access to it, if it is correct, fine, we will use. So what we did is this, we have summation of this divided by this, you will have it. That's what I put here. We have summation of this divided by this. This is what we have here. And by the time you divide this one, you have this. You divide this one, you have this. Multiple everything, when you add it together, you have, according to what they call for me, this is what you have. Multiply by 0.5. 0.5 is 1/2. So when you multiply it by 0.5, you now the answer multiplied by 100. That is what I did. So somebody is raising up his hand.
What of that 1.75, sir?
And that is what I'm saying. When you add this one together, these two together, please add it by yourself and make sure you have the same thing. Or if they don't have the same thing, just make sure you have the techniques or how to solve it. That is what I'm after. You don't need to cram this.
Okay, sir.
Just have the idea of how to solve it. Yes. Eberochukwu,
Yes,
any
sir.
question?
Yes, sir. Because multiply 0.5 by 1.75.
You said what?
If we multiply 0.5 by 1.75, we have 0.875.
You have 2 points.
0.875.
That was what I got. Thank you.
You have 0.5. No, let's look at it. I have here. Don't worry yourself.
0.875.
You have 0.5. Can you see my calculator?
Yes, sir. And 1.75.
So, who is not giving us this wrong answer? You guys, you are your own.
0.875.
So,
wrong answers.
You have this. You said you have 87.
0.875.
7.5.
Thank you, sir.
It's 7.5, right?
Yes, right the answer. Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, but now I have a
%.
concern. According to them here, with this author, unfortunately, we don't have access to their formula. what they use here. Look at this. They pick this one and this one. This is what they put there in their dobish. That is what they use. You can see here. That is why you see what they did here. They use the formula for Pache, for this particular one is for last Pache price index, and this one is Pache price index. They now solve it by multiply it by, they add it together by 0.5. They now multiply it with 100%. So as for me, let's look at the Pache they use. You know, we got the same answer with last Pache and Pache. Did you agree with me?
Yes.
So that is your assignment. That's what you will need to go and confirm. I don't know whether your lecturer will give you the formula for with her own. If she did not give you, you said?
There is no formula there. She has not uploaded that one now.
Okay.
Sir, the video has the formulas, but just that we have to pause and please take a screenshot. What is actually on some video of our recorded
Okay.
videos.
How many of us have taken time to take the picture of that formula?
The woman did not show anything when he was teaching us. It's only a picture that's always there. So where do you
No,
get
she
it?
showed
No,
us,
you-
she
no,
gave us
sorry.
formula.
She
She gave us
did, she
formula.
did,
and
she
she
did,
said it
she
wasn't
did.
in the textbook.
Okay. Do you remember that formula, please? Can you relate it?
I'll have to check my screenshot. I
Go to
think
your
I did.
screenshots. Can you check? If can you quickly check it now? Is it possible for you? I just need this to confirm. If she eventually followed them, then we have to follow them. But if we are following them, let's look at this. Last Pache plus Pache. So let's look at our last Pache formula here, because we have the same thing. Last Pache formula P naught Q naught over P1 Q naught over P naught Q naught. So let's look at it. P naught Q naught. P naught.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir, good evening.
Yes, good evening.
And good evening, everyone. Sorry, sir, please, my observation. I hope here what we have as the formula there is summation P1 Q0. But when we were dealing with W's, we're like P0 Q1. So I believe that should be.
No, that was where they missed it. Okay, let's look at the one I gave you initially. That is where. Okay, this is where the mistake lies, I believe.
Yes.
So it's supposed to be. Please check the. Okay, this is supposed to be P1 Q naught, right?
Yes, sir. If we're taking it from last Friday.
If we are taking it from last Pache, so let's say this one P1 Q naught, right?
Yes.
So what is the rest correct?
Yes, sir.
I think that's the only one.
No, yes, the denominator is correct. Yes.
The other side, the last Pache, the Pache.
No, the Pache is also a P0 and a Q1, not a P1 and a Q0.
This one? P0
and Q1.
Yeah, I think Pache correct. This is Pache here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's correct.
No, Pache is correct.
No,
sir.
it's
Pache
not.
is correct.
Because the answers we are getting would have been wrong if it was incorrect.
Yeah, the Pache is correct. Our Pache here is correct.
It's
Look at it.
P0 Q1.
This is Pache here.
The base.
P1. Okay, P0 Q1. Okay.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. A bottle of wine. Thank you.
Not only wine.
A meal.
Not only wine. Not only
What
wine.
else?
Don't worry.
Is that not Professor Kelechi? That's another Professor Kelechi again.
Okay, no wonder.
The formula is wrong.
Now this, I'm not surprised. When we have only 3 facilitation, we are already in module 3, module 4.
Yeah.
That is
Politician,
what
you.
they are facing.
Our lecturer is what?
Okay, let's look at this. Let's get it right now. Let's get the formula right, please. It is very important. We have it to be here because if you don't get the formula correctly, you can see what it took us now. So we need to go over it and solve it correctly. Now let's look at this. Yes.
The last part is the denominator summation P0.
P naught, Q naught.
Which one?
The last paye. What she put there is summation P naught, Q1 divided by
Over.
summation P naught.
The denominator summation Q1.
Which of them? Last by A is summation P1 Q naught over summation P naught Q naught. That's correct. Then
Q1.
the second, right?
It's Q1, I said.
No, sir. What she put it, I'm looking at is P. The first one is summation P naught Q1 over P naught Q naught.
That's Pache.
That's Pache.
Last Pache. Maybe last Pache.
No, that's Pache. I'm looking at it on my laptop right now. That's Pache.
Pache is
Now,
P1,
last Pache is summation P naught Q1 all over P naught Q naught.
Yes, we
That's
have the
last
same
Pache.
thing. Only that I
Uh-huh,
put the
now.
price front. 2
Uh-huh.
multiplied by 3 and 3 multiplied by 2 is the same answer.
Exactly.
Please take note of that. The formula is okay now. We can go ahead. Am I right?
Very okay. Yes, sir.
Okay,
Please.
what is the summation P1 Q naught? Anybody?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
The value is what? Summation P1 Q naught. What's the value?
2070.
27.
Please check very well. Lou.
2070.
What is P naught Q naught?
1660.
Plus P1 Q1.
1790.
And P1 Q naught.
2070.
20?
70.
2070.
7.
So what do we have? Let's divide this one first. 0.5 bracket. This divided by this, what do you have?
125.
1.2
55.
47. Right? This divided by this, what do you have?
Hello, sir.
Hello, ma.
Please attention. Can we go back to the denominator of
Which of them?
the summation of P0Q1?
P0Q1, which of them?
We have 1790 over 2070. Is that what should be?
P is what you guys call for me. I'm writing. That's why I said check very well, please. It can't.
P0Q1 we got as
It's P0Q1. It's not P1. It's P0Q1.
This one.
P0Q1 is 1470.
This one, P0Q1, right?
Yes, sir.
P0Q1, thank you. So what is P0Q1?
1407. 1470.
Professor, 1470. Okay, now divide this one.
We're together.
Yes. Divide this one. What do you have? Somebody should help us.
0.218.
Is what?
0.710.
Where do you see 0?
1.218.
No, it's 1.21.
1.2.
1.218.
2177.
1.2.
1.2177.
Multiply by 100. Please take note of what you are dividing. So let's add the one in the bracket together. First of all, add this one together. What do you have?
Me, I got
2.465.
2.45 thereabout.
Not thereabout, so you have to be specific this case. Okay, let's look at calculator. Yeah. Wait. 1.247 plus 1.218. So you have 2.465.
465.
465.
Multiply by 0.5. Multiply by 0.5. So everything multiplied by 100. 1.23. So anyway, let me just write the final answer. Will be 123.235.
Yeah, by approximation.
123.225.
Yeah. So it simply means that we need to be careful. Just make sure you write the formula often and often and often, because you have more formula to digest. It's there in your book. Look at it. This is it. You have more formula to digest. You will soon go to regression analysis, correlation. You will also, yes, Dina?
Please, sir, what page, sir?
Don't pass.
Which page are you talking about?
Page 47.
47, okay.
You mean the one we are doing now?
Yes, sir.
No, it's here, page 57.
Okay, sir.
If you are using the answer.
57, okay.
So I will advise you go and solve this one. Take your time, solve this one. This particular question, 6.0, you can solve it. You have 2 questions here. Take your time and solve it. In this case now, look at it. 2000, they said, calculate the price index number of 2010 with 2000 as base year. So it's stated, this is base year, this is current year.
Sir, will the base here always be stated clearly like this in the question?
Is there. That is how they will state it. But in case they cannot ask you, calculate, look at it. Look at this. So they can ask you, calculate the following. They now said, given that summation P naught Q naught is equal to so. Summation P1 Q1 is equal to so. Are you getting it now?
Yes.
Summation
Yes, sir.
P1 Q naught is equal to, or summation P naught Q1 is equal to so. So they can give you this. They ask you to calculate this 1 to 5. It might be 5 points or 5 questions. So they've saved you of multiplying. They just give you the summary. So the summary you have. So I would advise you to take your time and solve all these questions by yourself. Yes, God's power. I can't hear you. God's power.
Sir.
Yes.
Okay. This is this rubbish story. The final answer. Actually, I got 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Yes, the one we saw. Not 2.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's the same thing we got.
No. I got 2, 5. 1, 2, 3.25.
0.25.
Yes.
Yes, please.
Well,
any approximation. It depends on your calculator. Just like
depend on what you are calculating. Please just take notes. All you need to do, I don't know, they just called, this is what they call for me, and that's what I put there.
That's it, sir. The calculator he was using, exactly the issue I had when I was saying there about.
Are you getting it? So please just work on the good calculator and approximation, and that's all you need. So, Engineer Kelechi.
Okay, I find that is a simple calculation formula well. To calculate it, because formula is confusing.
Yeah, just take time. When you do the series of questions, you will know the formula, and the formula will not give you an issue.
You know, like, because if we are going by our textbook is not all that explicit.
It's not difficult, I told you. It's not difficult. Just know your formula, know how to multiply them, and if you are lucky, you are given the summary. If you are given the summary the way I put it here, then you just enter your formula and put all this, and you have your final answer.
Well, no problem, sir.
Don't worry, we are together. No problem. Okay. So any question on this? I believe we're all, let me stop sharing. So I believe you guys are good now. You are good to go, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
You are welcome. Let me stop.